Hello there, and welcome to another episode of Regular Beer Reviews, where regular doesn't refer to the beers being reviewed, but to the reviewer, myself. I'm Jesse, and tonight I'm going to be reviewing a beer that I've had a few times before. This is Encore from Magic Hat. I had it the first time this, I believe it was either late spring or early summer. It was when they first launched their summer IPA tour. And I tried several of the beers that they did on that tour. I had I believe it was called the Hypa or something. It was Hipa. I don't know if it was a Hat IPA or what it was, but it was Hypa. And I had the Blind Faith, and anyway, they were all good. There were subtle differences between them. I mean, but they were all good. IPAs though. But anyway, this one, as it turns out, is the Hype, I think, or whatever it was called, was a fall seasonal. This is the winter seasonal IPA. So even though it was released during the Beers of Summer tour, it's back again now that the tour has ended because they've released their winter seasonal pack, and that's where I picked this up at. Anyway, this beer gets an 82 on Beer Advocate, which is good, and that's with 517 ratings. Rate Beer gives it a 68 overall with a 92 for the style. The Bros give it a 74, which is just okay. It, as I just said, is the availability is once a year. It's a winter seasonal, unless they do the tour again next year. Then you can get it during the summer. It has 45 IBUs. It is an American-style wheat IPA, and just in case you didn't know, Magic Cat is out of South Burlington, Vermont. Also, funny enough, on Rate Beer, when you click on Encore to go to the Rate Beer page, it has the review listed under another name. It says it's also known as Odd Notion. I'm sorry, the Odd Notion, Magic Cat's Odd Notion IPA, which I guess they released it in 2010, but then they changed the name shortly after, so that name's retired. But it says it is the same IPA. So anyway, the score that I mentioned from Rate Beer, the 68 overall, the 92 for the style, that is for Odd Notion wheat IPA from Magic Hat. But anyway, it says it's the same beer, so I don't know. I never had that one. Anyway, here's a quick script from Rate Beer. It says, this is from Beer Advocate. I'm sorry, I believe. Anyway, it says a genre-blending mix of American wheat beer and a traditional India Pale Ale. Encore is hopped and dry hopped with Simcoe and Amarillo hops and has a pleasant grapefruit aroma that complements its subtly sweet malty backbone. Grab a lighter and get up front. And the lighter thing is, if you can see there, it's like at a concert, when you light the lighter and you hold it up. Anyway, let me, it talks about the tour on the bottle here. I'm going to read this. It says, Magic Hat is presenting our year-long tour of IPAs. Please join us in welcoming to the stage our evolving roster of 4 features specially formulated to entertain the palates of hop lovers worldwide. Smell the hops, taste the hops, love the hops, and stay on tour with our quarterly cabaret of IPAs. So that's cool. I thought it was more than that, but it's only 4. One for every season. I'm not sure what the spring one is then, I guess, because I believe Blind Faith was the summer IPA, and I had the Hypa, and which was the fall, and then I've had the Encore, which is the winter. I don't know what the spring one is. I never got to try that one, so I'm gonna keep my eyes open for it this year. Anyway, let's get this poured. It is a wheat IPA, so it's looking like there might be something down there. Won't hurt to swirl it up anyway. With wheat beers, you want to get that little bit of yeast and malt that's down there on the bottom. Either way, it kicks up a nice head, so I can smell those hops from here. Alright. Now, let's get an appearance on this. It is beautiful, beautiful for an IPA. Slight red tinge, that nice hazy. It's a light amber, light red copper color. Not really a ton of carbonation on this one, like at all. Very hazy though. Has a nice 1.5 finger head, very creamy. Tiny little bubbles in there. Slightly off-white head. Almost looks like a milkshake or something. Let's go on ahead and get a nose on this. Oh yeah, you can definitely smell that citrusy hop. It's a nice citrusy, really, I mean, grapefruit, like a pomelo or something. Maybe like lemon, really citrusy, really fruity. Almost reminds me of orange juice, like an orange juice. A little bit. It's only 6.4% ABV, but the hops isn't quite strong enough to mask the alcohol. I can smell. I'm picking up just a hint of alcohol. There's a little bit of booziness. The malt does smell sweet though, biscuity, slightly on the back end. The hop is, which, I mean, it's an IPA, so you want it to, but the hop is definitely overpowering the malt on the nose of this. I mean, I'm getting a little bit of biscuity malt at the back end, but at the front end, just that citrusy, like grapefruit hop. Maybe some spices in there. Hard to tell. But let's go ahead and jump into this. Oh yeah. I would think this is a little more than 45 IBUs. This tastes more like 50. This is a little more bitter than I would expect for 45 IBUs. But certainly not too bitter or anything. It's, you know, it's a pretty tasty beer. You get that nice citrusy hop. It's really citrusy. It tastes like grapefruit juice. Really citrusy, right up front. Bitter, almost like a lemon zest or something there. Excuse me. A little bit of citrusiness that I wouldn't contribute to the bitterness. It's almost like a floral citrusiness, like a lemon zest or something. Just there, as the bitterness starts to subside at the front of the palate, a little bit of like a citrusy note or something, like lemon rind or something. Then just that biscuity, bready malt, slightly sweet, slightly toasty, maybe caramel or toffee or something, but just so slight. Really, it's more biscuity, it's yeasty more than anything. And there is some type of spice note in there. It's hard to, or like an herbal note, not really a spice, like an herbal thing going on there. Not really coriander, but like God, what is that? That's it's not really coriander. It's like oh God, it's like a white pepper thing, but it's like almost slightly. It's got kind of a floral note to it, but white pepper I think is good. But there's something more going on in there. I can't quite put my finger on. This is actually probably one of the more complex IPAs I've had from them. Again, I never tried the spring one, so I'm not even sure what that is. I haven't looked it up or anything, but I'd say this is definitely a little more complex on the flavor than the fall season one from last season, the Hypa. Or technically it's this season. It's still fall now, but the Hypa, or I don't even know what the hell to call that. It's just IPA, but I think it's Hypa or something, or HIPAA, or I don't know. But anyway, it's definitely more complex than that. It's more complex than the Blind Faith, from what I remember. I had that over the summer. Those were good beers, but those weren't quite. They didn't have as much going on as this one. Oh wow, really nicely balanced. That spiciness from that kind of herbal. Again, it's like a white pepper, but there's something else going on in there. I can't put my finger on. I can't quite describe it. I don't know. Jesus, it's like when you see a movie and there's an actor in there that you know and you know you've seen them in other shit. You know who they are, but you can't think of what you've seen them in. You can't think of who they are. That's what it's like. I'm picking up on the flavor. I know the flavor, but I can't quite put my my finger on it. But anyway, this is a really good beer. I really like it. Magic Hat definitely didn't disappoint. This is a really good beer. It's a really good IPA. I'm gonna give this an 8 out of 10. It's a pretty good beer. That's a B. Close to a 9, but not quite doing it for me as far as a 9 would go. But it's still a really good IPA. Probably the best IPA they have, I think. Certainly the most complex. Anyway, so yeah, this is kind of running along. So anyway, again, 8 out of 10 for Magic Hat's Encore IPA. This is a wheat IPA. Thanks for watching, and keep watching again in the future for more reviews. Post.